What's going on, y'all? It's Athletes Culture again, coming at you with another video. So, as we all know, NBA free agency, trade rumors, the NBA draft is tomorrow, so everything is going down. NBA Twitter's in a frenzy, but one of the latest hot takes or latest news that could be dropping pretty soon is that NBA shooting guard Zach Lavine of the Chicago Bulls may be on his way over to Philadelphia, as many of you guys may have heard already. Um, that's a really great pickup by Daryl Morey and the Philadelphia 76ers. Zach Lavine is one of the rising stars in the NBA. I think he's about, 25 years old. So if you want to say one of the top players, 25 and under, which are really going to be your next budding superstars coming up in the NBA, those are the players you want to look at. That is a great pickup to have, combining them with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. It really not only brings another playmaker on the perimeter for them, but also adding great shooting. I know the knock on him is his defense. Everybody wants to talk about his defense, but you got to look at it. He played for a bad defensive team in Chicago. So, that type of bad culture definitely would seep into the individual. But when he goes over to Philadelphia, where Philadelphia is a solid defensive team, Ben Simmons, was in the contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Joel Embiid is no slouch on that end, and you have a coach like Doc Rivers. And with the athleticism Zach Lavine brings and the tools, basically, as athleticism, his length, he's definitely going to be a much better defender with the Philadelphia 76ers, and he has the willingness. That's the number one thing on defense. You have to have the willingness to defend. He has that. There is no Kool-Aid pumped in his blood. So Zach Lavine will do wonders, I think, with Philadelphia. He definitely is going to add another dimension for them, and they're going to be a threat in the Eastern Conference, especially if they land him. If they land Zach Lavine, they are, to me, in my book, they move up to number one if all stays healthy. Joel Embiid, his health, his durability is a must if they're going to be that number one contention or the number one team in the Eastern Conference, as I think they could be. They can really make this work, adding Zach Lavine, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid. Now, they're going to have to give up a plethora of players to make the salaries work, but hey, that is somebody that I can go all in because not only is he young, he showed he can ball, he can shoot. He made over 183s this past season while shooting 38% from distance. So Zach Lavine is definitely the type of player you want. For his skill set and his ability, he's still relatively cheap at $19 million per year. So if you grab him now and then you can extend him depending on the success of the team, you really got a steal in that trade. So I don't doubt Philadelphia picks him up sooner rather than later. So with all things combined, he's definitely going to be a great acquisition for this Philadelphia 76ers. Again, I reiterate, he's definitely going to put the Sixers to being one of the best teams, if not the best team in the Eastern Conference. And, these rumors have really been going on since around mid-October for Zach Lavine. He really has shown that he needs out of Chicago. Him and his last coach, Boylan, they did not really get along, nor did Boylan get along with any of the young players there. So a new scenery for him will be great. And then the idea that people think that he can't play with two other stars, might I remind you, when he was in Minnesota, there was a point during the season he was averaging 20 points per game as the third option, playing alongside Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. Those are two players that definitely need attention for them to rock out. And Zach Lavine was okay playing that background role and still was effective, averaging 20 points per game at one part of the season, but finishing off with 18 before the injury. So Zach Lavine has shown that he can play with other stars. You don't have to run plays for him to score. That shows that he's a true scorer. If you don't have to run plays for him and he can just go out there, get buckets, score at will, that is a player that any coach would love to have. He is more than just a weapon, but he's going to be a crown jewel if they're going to make it into the NBA Finals. But I want to hear what y'all have to say. Like, comment, subscribe down below. I'm out.